All right. Mr. C, how are you doing? I'm just having a cold one here and got back from my walk. By a cold one, I mean iced tea. Uh, have given up caffeinated beverages. Just too jittery. Affects your sleep. And then add that with massive quantities of caffeine. First night I felt much better. Slept tonight. I'll sleep like a baby. I can survive on 7 hours, 8 hours. I get up with the sunlight, or sometimes I get up at 7 or 8. But either way, just got back from mass, which is a welcome relief. Missionaries came over and they brought a big gun, uninvited, unbeknownst to me. They're late, so I missed half the dang mass. They come in and they sit down, and the big guy is obviously in total control, and his indoctrination is pretty pitiful. I brought up the John Smith stuff. I couldn't quite make myself say the reason he was so-called martyred was his absolutely wicked love of young girls, multiple young girls, and he was killed somewhere. I think perhaps in Missouri. They stormed the jail and they claim he was martyred, and then they went into the Angel Moroni and just bizarre stuff. And I said, I'll take a look at the book, and I thought the only thing I'll really look for is that bottom line right there. Yeah, that bottom line. See that name right on the bottom? Yeah, that's the one I'll be looking at. But it's interesting because it does go back to my own cult experiences, and it's very enlightening because I went through the same shit at 18 years old, and now at 55, it's just it angers me, and it's distasteful. And slowly they cut off dialogue. Dialogue is, to me, a one-on-one thing. For every word you speak, I speak a word. And I had to run over their sentences. Oh my goodness, it was hilarious. And the young guys just said nothing. Those are the only ones I want to be friends with. The big gun just was, I brought up Joseph Smith and the shady side, and he just went right into propaganda. Oh, well, I said, oh, I hear you're leaning on Brigham Young these days, and Joseph Smith, not so much. Oh, you must remember that Joseph Smith was a man. He was not Jesus, but we treat his writings as if they were. And I said, oh, so you have extra biblical writings that are equal to Scripture. And in the last verse of this book here, the real thing says, if anybody adds or deletes, they're forever. I haven't memorized. If anybody adds or deletes from this text, they're forever cursed. So extra biblical isn't a really popular idea for extra biblical people, Jehovah's Witness, etc., etc., etc. I so wish I was writing an expose, journalism piece, and get some secret video and teach people to handle these clowns, but that's not really happening. And I don't recommend anyone who's in crisis to ever, 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 ever talk to a witness or talk to a Mormon, because you're at a point, not me, but certainly 35 years ago, a breakdown after my freshman year of college, I was at the point where I would believe anything, just so I didn't go crazy, and that's when they moved in. Never once was mental illness, nervous breakdown, never once was discussed with the Crusade cult. They just went straight into indoctrination right away. Fortunately, they used a good book, the only good book, and not this piece of shit. I'm getting too cocky. I knocked over some water. Sorry about that. Yeah, I did a walk. Same walk that I always do. Thank you for your letter. It was entertaining and challenging. I think it's going to be a good game with the Broncos tomorrow. I think we're at home for the last two, maybe last three, whatever it is. Browns I saw a guy in a paper bag. I was going to send you this video. The guy in a paper bag. You remember how the Saints used to wear a paper bag like the Unknown Comic did? And they have written on Aints on the top, and then they have just a little slit for the eyes. This guy had clowns written with a Sharpie on the top, and then just a little slit for his eyes. So yeah, people. Good thing they built that new stadium, huh? You either laugh or you cry. I'm sure the Buckeyes won today. I don't know when the NCAA seeding is, but they should be right up there on the top. All right. I'll respond to your email, and good day. And just suggest you watch a winner. Maybe get into a basketball team and just pick somebody who's going to win. San Antonio's pretty good.